How did you like the trip?
I don't know. I think it was quite interesting.
For me, it was a pleasant experience.
It was funny.
I did not know there were so many differences in Japan with regard to Christmas.
Was it in Tokyo?
Well, the fact of traveling from one place to another was quite heavy.
I learned that in Japan at that time it is customary to eat Kentucky Fried Chicken by daylight.
Yes, but apparently it's more giving away things, although not for the family, but for couples.
I did not know that in Japan the New Year was celebrated more than Christmas.
This is very interesting.
Similar to Hanami, the celebration of cherry trees, where Japanese friends always meet.
They titled the dish for you alone. That's in Japan is not customary to celebrate Christmas as a family, but with the parent a survey was made that said that 21 celebrate with their family and 25 with their parent and the rest celebrates only very sad. And in fact they created a this task called for you alone.
Sometimes he did not know either was that Christmas began to celebrate after the Second World War.
Have you seen the ornaments of Tokyo Tower?
If the ornaments were very nice, in my opinion, they were very curious.
The truth is that not all people adorn their homes.
Apparently the houses are very small and therefore they
Miniature.
Traveled with train in Japan, and the train was painted different characters like Rilakuma.
Have you tasted the drink similar to Mexico's punch?
The sake?
but nothing like the Mexican punch. And you will taste the Japanese cake. It's very good. It's a cake covered with white cream and strawberries. And they know it symbolizes the flower of Japan.
Returning to the theme of the punch, it was nothing to do with Japan's drink.
The punch is unmatched.
Of course, it has apple, cinnamon, nuts, cane.
Apart, the ponche is traditional of Mexico.
What are you drinking?
It's ponche. In fact, do you like it?
The Christmas in Japan is focused on children and therefore it turns out to be something tender what is done.
Yes, of course. It's a Japanese lad I was saying that there is not Santa Claus. Apparently have a character named Otoi Oshoa, what is a monk but it's similar to Santa as it gives gifts to children who behave well.
Something very funny happened to me in the mall. A monk came and started giving gifts to the children as the one of the fell.
I saw the statue of the great Buddha in Kamakura and people shared their thoughts with him. I also ran around the table in Kamakura.
The only bad thing is that it does not have a story as such that explains its origin.
Normally, Christmas in Japan always takes things from other countries as well as the United States, which is what they eat, for example, fast food or fried chicken.
In fact, the tradition of gifts that face of the Americans because it's to give and receive, as in the United States. I give a gift to him, he gives a her, and so.
And say that it feels more love and harmony in family than in a couple.
Saw the statue of Condom and the other tourist centers. The couples walked together, while I ran and played with the airplane.
The motels must have been full.
Some people that like to make a simple ponche with just 4 ingredients, and some people that like to make it with 10 ingredients, okay? But the basic recipe, it just needs tejocote, the cane, sugar cane, or known as here is caña, guava, and the cinnamon and the sugar, okay? That's for a simple ponche. But I want to make it a little better this time. I'm going to use some more ingredients. Okay, for the tejocote, you can find it in the US in the grocery Mexican stores. Sometimes Walmart sells it, big chains. Usually you can get it fresh, frozen, or in a jar. The least one that I don't like is the one in a jar because it has been boiled and everything. It doesn't taste the same. So if you want to do a good ponche, buy the fresh or the frozen tejocotes. This, you can add it like this, whole, or you can soak it. Here I have it, one that's already soaked. And you can peel it. It's up to you, okay? Here in where I live, they don't peel it, nothing like that. But there's some places where they do it. So you're gonna peel it like this, okay? Very easy. But I know sometimes you have 1 or 2 pounds of this, and it just takes time. So I'm just gonna leave it up to you if you wanna peel it or not. I'm not gonna peel it, okay? Because here in Puebla, we eat it as it is. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that, but you can do it however you like. For the guavas or guayabas, this is the whole ones. You can, I'm just gonna cut it into small pieces. I'm gonna cut it in small pieces like this. Also, the guavas can get very expensive on Christmas time. They can go over from $5 to $10 a pound. Even though you can also get them frozen. They are the cheaper ones, okay? But remember, they're always fresh, it's better. So we're gonna need guavas like this. I'm gonna cut all of those in pieces. We're gonna need caña, or known in English as sugar cane, whole. I'm gonna show you how we made this, all of this. because my husband already left it clean and everything, but I'm gonna show you how this is done. Also, we're gonna need cinnamon sticks, basic. I'm gonna need 2 because it's gonna add a lot of flavor. Also, I'm gonna need some, here we call this Jamaica. I'm gonna give you guys the names in English here on the screen. This is just optional, as I told you before, but this is gonna add flavor. But if you can get the tejocotes and the guavas and all of that, you surely are gonna be able to find the Jamaica, okay? Here I have another ingredient that I'm gonna add. This is an apple, okay? Just cut it into pieces and that's it. And here I have another ingredient that is called here in Mexico is tamarindo. This is what it looks like. I'm just gonna, what I did is I just took the skin, I just broke the skin like this and left it like this, clean and everything. So we're gonna use all of these ingredients. And also we're gonna need some sugar to taste. Some people like to use something we called here as piloncillo or panela, but some people don't like the flavor, so it's just up to you, whatever you want to use to sweeten this, the sugar or the panela. Okay guys, so for the sugar cane, here I have the whole thing. This is how you buy it in the stores. You can do it 2 ways. The first way is you can do it like my lovely husband is doing for me. You can peel it, okay? It's gonna be hard. You need to be very careful so that you don't cut yourself. After you have peeled the cane, you have to cut it in pieces like this, okay? And if you don't want to do this, just wash it pretty well. Here you can see the difference between the one that has been washed and the one that's dirty, and it's a big difference. It doesn't look dirty at all, but when you wash it, you can see the difference. So if you don't want to peel it, wash it very well, and then just cut it into 4 pieces, and that's it, okay? I'm using 10 quarts of water. You will see that if it needs more or less, but I'm just giving you some ideas. First thing we're gonna add here is the cinnamon, the tejocotes, however you have done it, peeled or not. I didn't peel them, I just added as they were. I'm gonna add the sugar cane that's been already cut into pieces like I told you, like this. Okay, I'm gonna also add the tamarind, I think it is called. Also gonna add the Jamaica, okay? I am also gonna add some sugar, okay? I'm gonna add maybe a cup, because this is gonna be, if you add this now, the flavor is gonna get very intense. And if you add the sugar into the end, it's not good, okay? So add the sugar right now. And anyway, later, we're gonna taste it and see if it needs more or not. So 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna place a lid and wait here for maybe 30 minutes until this comes to a boil. Now that this has come to a boil, we're gonna lower the heat and we're gonna leave this simmering for 1 hour. After 1 hour, and we're gonna add the apples and the guavas, and we are going to sweeten this and just taste it to see if it does need more sugar and if it's gonna need it. So just leave this already sweetened and everything and leave it simmering for another 30 minutes and it's gonna be done. But I'm gonna give you some of the advice. You can make this 1 day ahead of time and it's gonna totally change the flavor, okay? So if you wanna get some points with your boyfriend or whatever, husband, Mexican wife, or whatever you're doing this for, make it 1 day before and you will taste the difference, okay? So I'm going to serve this delicious beverage.